Yeah, exactly. Because these anime
Yeah, that
are
was
not about
amazing.
the journey of the main character uh,
Mm-hmm.
growing in power, because
Right.
they are already there. They're
They
already
are
like at their
powerful.
maximum potential, or at
Mm-hmm.
least what we've seen so far.
Okay,
But
sure. But yeah, they are, yeah,
but
they are there. They're at the top.
that's when they realize is like, oh yeah, for example, Mob, because
Mm-hmm.
he has all these psychic powers,
Yeah.
which he could do a lot of things with that
Oh,
power, but
oh,
he ends
oh,
up
yes.
saying like, well, I'm not good at socializing.
Yeah. He's not good at
I,
sports.
yeah, not good at sports, not good at school,
Mhm.
and
And he's not charming to either.
yeah,
So yeah,
like
that's going against
the
him too.
character design of Mob,
Uh-huh.
it's not that of a main character in anime.
Mm-hmm.
Even his brother
Yeah.
looks more like a main character in anime
Uh-huh.
than
With
him.
more of the spiky type hair. Mob has very like
Ball coat.
yeah, it's a bowl cut. Yeah, that's right. They even oh my goodness, they even gave him the nickname of uh, of the psycho helmet or something. Helmet, yeah, for the cult that they make like for Mob without knowing who he really is. But yeah, he doesn't look like a protagonist. Very round features, even.
Yeah. I mean, I want to talk about the characters because I think that every character that appears there,
Oh yes.
the main characters and a few of the supporting ones,
Yeah.
even some of the bad guys,
Oh yeah. Oh
like
yes.
they have some traits important to the plot and then to a Mob's character development in the future.
Oh
Because
yes.
the very first one, Mob,
Mhm.
Yama Shigeo is
Yep.
his actual name. He's a middle schooler.
Yep.
He is
Just 14
a
years
second
old.
year middle schooler,
Yep.
right?
Yeah, that's right. 8th grade.
So he's not good at academics. He's not good at sports. He just has his powers, and
Yep.
he has tremendous admiration for his little brother
That's right.
that can do everything that he can't.
People like him. And his name is Ritsu, so he's athletic, also popular, and
He's good looking.
He's good looking, exactly.
Like-
So like everything that Mob isn't. So yeah, already a foil character.
Yeah. Yeah, the second one, like, on the other hand, his brother,
oh
who
yes,
is the perfect one, like on season
him.
1, I think mid-season, right?
Yeah, mid-season you do see it right around there.
We see him how he has the same complex as Shigeo,
Yeah,
but like
but
towards
the
his
opposite.
brother, because he's like, oh yeah, it doesn't matter if I'm good at athletics, sports, whatever. I cannot bend over spoons, which is kind of dumb, but
oh well, sure.
I think where he was coming from. So.
Yes, because in his mind, those things, it just happened to him. But or I don't know. But for him, it's like that psychic power is real power.
Yeah.
For some reason. And so yeah, we do see that. They also have some history in the past that kind of defines their characters too. With the accident with Shigeo hurting Ritsu on accident. So yeah, that kind of shapes Mob's desire to not show his powers in public. So there's another thing. He doesn't really like flaunt his powers.
Yeah, the way that Mob's powers work, because he's a psychic, but like, he's kind of like suppressing his powers, and his powers, like throughout the anime, we'll see like Mob's a progress
like
towards
explosion
mob
meter.
explosion.
Yep.
That goes from 0 to 100, and 100 it's like showtime.
100%. He's off.
And so this gauge feels. At the beginning, I thought that it was mainly like stressful situations, but after this second watch, I noticed that it's when he has trouble conveying his emotions.
Yes.
Whether it's stressful or not, anything that involves any positive or negative emotion, it's the gauge.
It is. Once he got off to 100% on sheer gratitude towards his master, but that kind of like resolved the whole situation. So but still, exactly. Anger, gratitude, obsession, even, and I'm sure there were others too.
And the next key character, his master.
Yep.
Reagan.
Master Reagan.
Like,
Arataka.
I think that's one of my favorite characters.
He is, isn't he? Yeah, he's just like a great guy.
He's a great guy, and he's a great jerk as well.
He's a jerk and a scam, and that's the whole thing about him. His whole character really can be defined by that.
Yeah, I mean,
he's a great guy, but a scam, or a sham. Yeah. Yeah,
I mean, probably before he met Shigeo, he was a scammer. But then Shigeo came, and like those scams kind of like actually came real, so they were no longer a scam. But he has a way with words.
Okay, I see. Yeah.
And the way I say he's a great guy, it's because even though he didn't want to do it, he offered mob support, or like the emotional support that he needed.
Well, he did need it. Yeah.
And he was like, whatever. Yeah, like this kid is hanging around me, and I will use him. To gain profit, but he was hoping.
He did.
That was like,
support him emotionally.
I don't know if I should hate him because what he's doing, or if I should just like, okay, you're good.
So would you say he kind of created a truthful situation by those lies, almost, or maybe a scam. Sure, but maybe like he created that.
Yes, he did.
Even
kind of like
he did.
Everything that he does, it's just for his own benefit, and we see it because for starters, Mob is his part-timer, and he doesn't even pay him like a decent wage.
It's 300 yen for that's a really low amount anyway, but it's like a day.
It's like $3 a day. Well, like,
so it's like
the fee for his services were like $200, or no, wait, 20,000 yen. It's like $2,000.
That's right. But it's interesting because another sidekick too was like, oh well, then what? I do like 150,000 yen. But anyway, yes. But I just thought of something. Remember the part where he is being called a scam and like it's being blown out of proportion?
Oh, that's in season 2. TV. Yes,
that's in season 2. That's right. So on TV he was kind of like exposed. His like powers were exposed because he doesn't have powers at all. But he can like see things, like ghosts and whatnot. But he can't like do anything about it. On this TV show, he was like trying to exorcise a spirit, but then like shaman was there and was like, "Oh, this boy is not possessed." Like,
it's acting.
He was acting like you couldn't tell, and so the whole world is like, "Oh, he's a scam." It's like all these comments, but then Master Reagan, he's like, he's doing a press conference after the fact, and he's like, can you prove that I'm not real? Can you prove that I don't have powers and whatnot? And he's like, but then it's getting like to a standstill, and he's like almost like truly like defeated on TV. But then he's like thinking, he's trying to remember, and that's when we see that he was helpful to Mob-kun, like in a true way. And then he's like, he looks up after being silent for a while, and he's like, have you grown? Or like,
oh yeah, you've grown so much.
You've
like
grown, haven't you? Yeah, and then that's when Mob like uses his powers inside that newsroom, and is like everything's floating. And then Reagan is like not really like defeated anymore, kind of thing. But yeah, it's a wonderful thing because Reagan did like create something.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about that one next, actually. So.
Okay, yeah. Let's get back to the characters.
So it's like season 1 and season 2 is like character development for Mob.
Mm-hmm.
But season 2 and especially episode 7 and 8, those are the ones you're talking about.
Yeah,
it's character development, especially for Reagan.
Yeah,
because he's like, I like the character, but deep down, you know that for a good person that he is, because he treated nice Mob even though he didn't want it. Mm-hmm. He was not being honest with himself, and he was clearly using Mob, and then it was something he noticed, like, oh no, it was like,
he like finally gets it.
It's like, oh no, yeah, kind of like, sorry Mob, it's like, I was being a jerk. And it's like he keeps using Mob.
Yeah. Yep, that's another aspect. Mob is used and easily used, and that's the kicker.
Which is kind of ironic because Mob sometimes tells some people like, "Oh, you're being used," and everyone is like, Why don't you look in the mirror for a sec, Mob?
Yeah, like Dimple. Oh, that's the other character. Dimple, he's another evil spirit. Though he's like on the team now. After like the first few episodes. He's like, you're being used. Like, how can you not see that? And we as the audience laugh. But,
because Dimple is also a jerk. And
he is.
And because you clearly know his intentions, and from the beginning, and he's like, I just want to possess Mob because he has great powers, and if I can unlock those powers, I can be like a god or something like that.
Oh yes, become a god to this world.
Because that's his desire, like from the beginning on episode like 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And so later on, he also
LOL.
has some.
What is the LOL organization?
Later on, he also has his character development, kind of, and truly cares for Mob as well.
Yeah. Yes.
But I remember him on episode 4 or 5 on the battle against Hasegawa. What's his name?
Which episode? 4, you said?
When he fights again the shadow leader of the Vinegar school.
Oh, Black Vinegar. Oh,
because you know how Black Vinegar, like the shadow leader.
Oh,
erased him.
Yes, the shadow leader.
Like even those moments, like Dimple was the flashback.
Oh yes.
Because normally in flashbacks it's like, you remember happy moments, but no, Mob was remembering like, you're using you, and like, what about like, let me possess you, and it's like, what the heck, Mob? You're not remembering anything happy with him.
That's right.
But in there, you can see like Mob has this very innocent way of caring for others.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how that other person feels towards Mob.
Yeah.
Like and that's the thing, because
right, and
we were saying like, oh,
he's
he's emotionless. Is like, is he really?
Is he really? Right, because he can empathize with people, and that is like the whole thing that he realizes, I believe, from Master Reagan, actually, when he's trying to explain like, don't use your powers against people, and like really trying to talk to people. But yeah, Mob, he can empathize with people.
Yeah, it kind of like made me think. Yeah,
yeah, Naruto.
Yeah, but kind of like
yes.
an improved version of Naruto's Talk no Jutsu.
Yes.
Because Mob, it was, because Naruto was like, oh yeah, you're beating the crap out of me.
Yeah. Let me
tell you, Paul. I used to be like you. But with Mob, it's like, don't do this because I'm gonna beat the crap out of you, and I don't want to do it. Like, what are you talking about? Like, so he would beat the crap out of them, and then like, I used to be like you, Paul. So he's like, that's a way more efficient Talk no Jutsu.
Oh yes, oh yes, yeah. He could give a beatdown easily. Oh yeah. Wow,
he was either you come down, or I'm gonna make you calm down.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, yeah. Exactly like that. It's crazy.
Because this other character, Hanazawa.
Yes, that's the guy, Hanazawa. He had this mentality that he was unique, almost one of a kind in his powers, in that they should be used against people. So he used them in school. The black vinegar, right?
Yeah, to be like the bully. The bully.
Exactly, yeah. He was like a petty bully. He's like a school kid bully, now that I think of it. But yeah, in the beginning, he thought that he could just like flaunt his powers in a way that made the commoners look up to him, think that he was really powerful. But then like compared to Mob, it was nothing.
Yeah.
It was absolutely nothing. Yeah. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean,
so
every bad guy was like, I'm special. I'm the number one. You guys are all NPCs. And I'm the main character. Which, normally, again, for that type of anime, that's the kind of plot.
Yes. Oh yeah.
And then it is like, oh no, like the good guys, we're gonna gang up on him with power of friendship. And this anime was not like that. I mean, it did have some friendship stuff, but
sure, but it didn't. Yeah, it didn't really work. Yeah, it didn't really do that. Because fighting had to happen in some of those situations. With Hanazawa, he actually was getting so frustrated with Mob that he resorted to the most basic, like, instinct. Just choking out your opposition, Mob. So what could Mob do with his code, of course, firstly, but being so weak, he couldn't really do anything. Like, his fists.
And then he exploded, and
and then it was over.
It was like when this guy was like, oh.
Yep.
Okay, I see. I'm not special.
I see now.
It only took him like shaving his head and leave him butt naked.
Yeah. Oh, and that's the other thing. Yeah, it's like it's gritty in their physical representations, because life is not pretty. So yeah, he was definitely no one special. And they also tried to use the Body Improvement Club. They are another set of characters that were really important to Mob. They Hanazawa, of course, was using the black vinegar delinquents. But yeah, the Body Improvement Club were tricked to go fight them by the other delinquents in, oh yes, Salt Middle School.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and then the city is
Seasoning City.
Seasoning City. That's another fun part. But yes, yeah, that was. Would you say that was Mob's first? Well, Dimple was kind of like the first villain Mob had to take down, but Hanazawa was probably the first one Mob went up against, where his code was kind of like challenged.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with the first exorcisms, it was just like spirits.
Right, and spirits, he could go all out.
Just like trying to claim territory kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then with Dimple, he was like, oh yeah, I want to be worshipped, be like God, whatever.
Yeah.
And so Mob was like, no, you can't use your powers for that. But then yeah, with Teruki, it was when his ideals were challenged because everything that his master told him to, like, do not use your powers against people, were like what this guy was exactly doing. Like even worse than Dimple, because Dimple was just like making them laugh.
Right.
Which is like, I don't see.
Like,
I mean, I see something wrong with that.
Yeah, it is
but
wrong.
Not physical harm, you know? Which is like brainwashing towards like physical aggression. Is like
right, physical aggression.
If I had to choose between one or the other, I would probably go against brainwashing.
Oh, okay, yeah. It is not great.
and so, but yeah.
Oh yeah.